Check 1 2. All right, here goes nothing.
If timing's everything, stop telling me you're taking your time. I know you're anxious, but you're running your mouth like you're 5 years old again. It's so hard to pretend. Like I know everything, I don't know anything. I wanted you to see. I'll sit back and I'll watch the show. Yeah, I'll watch the show and I'll lay awake and I'll watch the stars as they collide. In my eyes, they don't see, and I don't breathe the way I used to. Yeah, my lips, whoa, they don't see, and I won't be the way I was on that night. Steady breathing is all I can advise to a girl with a sweet tooth for revenge. I know I'm crazy, but it's so hard to pretend. I know everything, I don't know anything. I wanted you to see. I'll sit back and I'll watch the show. Yeah, I'll watch the show and I'll lay awake and I'll watch the stars as they collide. In my eyes, they don't see, and I don't breathe the way I used to. Yeah, my lips, whoa, they don't see, and I won't be the way I was on that night. Tonight, everybody agreed I was wrong.
Hello. Hi. My check. My check. Man, my voice still does not feel right. I keep doing this thing. I feel a lot better though. From when I first actually got off the airport, I felt like absolute shit. Okay. Mic check. Hello. How's everyone today? I'm just making sure everything's working fine. Alright. I have a bunch of pictures. I mean, not that many. I have a lot of pictures of the trip. But it would be really annoying for me to have to download one and then upload it as an image and then download one and then upload it as an image and then download one and then upload it as an image. Like, that'll take too much time. But it won't let me just focus on Discord. So I'm gonna have to do like display capture and then just show it to you. I know, I'm still testing things out. Alright. It should be fine. My check. Can y'all hear me? OBS says, oh god. OBS says y'all can hear me. Alright, got all my pictures. How many pictures did I take? About like 11, 12 pictures. Hello! So it might not be too much to show. Alright. So, I don't want to get into pictures right away. Just a bit of a, what's it? A callback. Callback? No. Basically just catching y'all up here. I went on a trip to Scotland for half of July. I think from the 7th to the 20th. Right. I stayed in Scotland because I wanted to meet someone very special to me. You know, those stories you see of like people meeting their online buddies for the first time. That's basically what I did. Why Scotland specifically? Why didn't my online buddy just visit me, or why did I just visit him? Here's the thing. I live in the US and I don't like it here, and I've heard a lot of scary stories about foreigners coming to visit here. And so I didn't want him to go through any of that. But at the same time, his country's kind of like, I wouldn't survive there. I don't think I would. This special person in my life is from Poland. I'm not gonna survive in Poland. Holy shit. So we're like, well, we should meet somewhere, and we just picked Scotland, like the Glasgow area. Yeah, kind of in that Glasgow area, because you know, the UK. Speaking English will be a bit easier on both of us. Even though I know like we speak English in America, but like again, like there's safety concerns, and I would have to learn Polish and shit. We both wanted to visit the UK, and we chose Scotland specifically because I don't know, we just like Scotland. Scotland's nice. It's nicer than the rest of England. That's how I feel, at least. So, yeah, I went there to meet with someone and be with them for 2 weeks. It was actually really fun. I absolutely enjoyed it. Yeah, that's how I ended up in Scotland and why I went to Scotland. I'm gonna sort by the pictures now. Okay. I have to kind of be in the corner here because these pictures are kind of big. Is this fine? That should be fine. Anyways. Let's start. Making sure it's okay. Yeah. So for most of the time, we were in this other city called Paisley. A bit far away, on like the outskirts of the city center. So we decided to go there. This was my picture of a nice tower we found there. Very pretty. There was also this like hall of the city that we saw. We didn't find like too much. We found a bunch of shops for food and stuff. I don't know why Scots, there were so many vape stores like everywhere. It was like a vape store in like every quarter of a block. It was fucking crazy. Cause we also I wanted to find cigarettes. Cause yes, am I a smoker? I'm kind of a smoker. I don't do it often, but every now and again I like to enjoy a cigarette or two. So I was looking for a shop that sold cigarettes, and all of it was vapes. So many fucking vapes. I don't know what's with the UK and fucking vaping, man. But it was kind of hard to find cigarettes. We did eventually find one. And a lighter. That's one thing I liked throughout this trip was actually being old enough to do shit. Because in the US, it's fucking bullshit. You have to be 21 in order to like smoke, to drink, all that. In most of the rest of the world, it's 18. In like Canada, it's like 19. In Japan, it's like 20. But for the most part, it's 18. And being an 18-year-old, I finally got to drink and smoke for myself. For once, like legally. Let me go back to his other thing here. Yeah. For once, I got to smoke. Hold on. I want to know the way to see the comments. I'm just grabbing my phone real quick. Just in case. Okay. Hi. Okay. Back to this photo. Yeah. I absolutely enjoyed just being able to have a drink and smoke legally for once. What did I have? I had some wine, because that's like the only alcohol I have had beforehand. Kind of. Is wine. It's whatever. It's whatever. I am clearly not an alcoholic. I could never like drink alcohol. It's so nasty. But I had, what was it? I had Jack Daniels. Me and my partner, we got Jack Daniels. And I got drunk for the first time in my life. And I don't think I'm that different. I didn't black out or anything. It wasn't that bad. Well, what's the word? Tipsy? I got tipsy. I really don't think I'm any different when I'm drunk. I vividly remembered everything. It's not like I blacked out. It's not like I forgot. You know, drinking is like, hey, I don't like drinking. Like, not unless I find an alcohol that I actually like tastes yummy and everything. But yeah, I had alcohol legally for the first time. Before then, I had like red wine, peach wine, champagne. I had vodka, but I've been told that you're not supposed to drink it straight up, which I have, and it was disgusting. You're supposed to mix it. So I had vodka mixed with lemonade. I've had hard lemonade. What's it called? Mike's Hard Lemonade. I've had that. That's the closest I've ever come to liking alcohol. And even then, like, it has to be like 1% alcohol drenched in juice. I am clearly not cut out for alcohol. Am I lightweight? Oh my god. I don't even think I'm lightweight. Because I drink more Jack Daniels than my partner did. I drink way more Jack Daniels. And I think I even finished the bottle first. So I don't think I'm lightweight if I can handle more than he could. I just think, like, it's just not for me. That's how I feel. I just don't think it's for me personally. And you know, it's whatever. Alcohol is not for everyone. Just like cigarettes aren't for everyone, you know. Let me put this back. Nope. Next we went to stuff. It's not like we walked around and we left. I went to this gaming store called CEX. And I got a game. I'll show that later. We ate there, and I think I got some. We saw like a Japanese store, and we got snacks there. Then later on, we went to Glasgow. Like the actual like city, Glasgow. And it was like, it's been pretty hot, but we had a good time. The hospitality in Scotland is actually crazy. In a good way, I love the hospitality. As soon as we got dropped off the bus, this guy came up to me and was asking like, "Oh, where are you headed?" You know, He was offering to like take us somewhere that we were looking for, and we just got off the bus. We didn't have any plans. We're just like, let's just go to Glasgow and just do something. We didn't have any plans. So I was like, the mall, do you know where the mall is? And yeah, so we went to this mall first, Enoch Center, where I found the absolute cutest collar shirt I've ever seen. This was the only piece of clothing I got in Scotland. It was the only piece of clothing I got. It was this Hell Bunny collar shirt that looked very, very cute. And I even paired it up with this Melanie Martinez hoodie I got. I think I look adorable, personally. And yes, I also got a mask. I didn't have one for my first like face cam stream because I only had like the blue COVID masks and I couldn't find them. But I got myself an anime mask. I don't know where it is. I think I lost it. But it's here somewhere. I got myself a mask for £1. Back to Glasgow. We went to like 4 places. We went to about like 4 places. One of them was the mall where I found that, and I got like 2 more things. The other was this cat cafe. We went to a cat cafe. It was, I think, the Purple Cat Rescue with my partner. And he was so ecstatic because we saw 2 hairless cats. We saw 2 hairless cats over there. And he is in love with them. Like, they're called Sphinx cats. He loves those. I don't know why, like, what he sees in them. But he loved them. He spent, like, the entire time in the cafe just playing with them. Whereas I tried to see, like, older kitties. There was this one old guy, like, this really old guy who clearly hadn't been brushed in some time. It was so cute. one thing I love about it, as opposed to like the American cat cafes, is the cats actually get to be with you. Like, there's regulations. That's the thing with like Western cat cafes versus Japanese cat cafes, is there's a lot more restrictions because of like cats interacting with like food and stuff and thinking it's like a safety hazard. So how it worked was like, we made an appointment, we went in, and it was like this small little hallway where they told us like rules, like, okay, you're gonna sit down, order some stuff, don't try to pick up the cats, don't do this, don't do that. And then we got to like go into this big area where we could order like, not really food. They had like sandwiches and stuff, but not like food. It was mostly like small things, dessert, drinks, and at the same time, you know, be with the cats. And some of them had signs. Like the first kitty I saw, she was like, you see this like orange chair here, right on top of this big purple chair. Yeah, you see the sign right there. That there was a cat here, and there was a sign that was like, "This cat bites," and I was like, "Oh, that's a feisty one." I did pet her, but she didn't do anything, so I don't know if it's a lie. One cat did bite me, or like try to bite me. So there are some feisty ones. There were absolutely some feisty kitties in there. I got like just a lemonade and a cake. It was a really fun time. They give you like toys and stuff to play with. One of the cats would not stop like rolling all over the floor. It was like she was a bouncy ball that just rolled on the floor. This right behind this register right here was a cat bed. And that's where the hairless cats were most of the time. And my partner, wifey, he loves them. Absolutely love them. They weren't in there for that long, but it was really fun. I'm definitely gonna miss it, because at least where I am, the closest cat cafe to me, it's like the cafe is completely separated from the cat area. So like there's literally two doors. One door is a glass door that goes into like this cat area, right? And then there's a second door to the cafe that's just the cafe. So like where the coffee and stuff is served is completely separated from where the cats are. And I think that's such bullshit. And it's like my partner said, you know, is it to like prevent allergies? Oh, because some people are allergic to cats. You know, let them have their coffee without. Then why are you going to a cat cafe? If you're deadly allergic to cats, why are you going to the cat place? You know. Why not just let the cats be where the food is? Like, in the West, it's taken a lot more seriously. And that kind of removes the fun a little bit. Because I want to pet the kitties and have my coffee. I don't want to have to order the coffee and then move to the separate cat area. If, like, because I've never had an appointment there. I've only just, like, looked around. And yeah, you're in this cafe in America, you're not allowed to go into the cat area unless you schedule with an appointment and went through all the rules and shit. So if you just walk in, you can only get the coffee. And you have to watch the cats from a separate room. If you get an appointment and the waitresses can like bring you your coffee from the other room, I guess it isn't so bad. But if I have to go there and then grab my coffee and then come back, that, like, what's even the point anymore of a cat cafe when I want to be with the cats and have my food? But yeah, in this UK cafe, we went through a door and like we could just order and have the cats be there, and I really like that. The next place we went to, me and my partner, we went to this Brazilian restaurant. Because you may not know, eu brasileiro, I'm from Brazil. I'm Brazilian. And one thing I really wanted to do, because I brought some snacks over when I met him. I brought some American stuff and I wanted to bring some Brazilian stuff. But the thing is, in my state, there is one Brazilian import store in the entire state. One store. And on the day before we flew, on the day before we were supposed to catch the plane, it closed. The store was closed. It's not normally supposed to be closed on that day. It was just randomly closed on a random day. And you know why it was closed? Because Brazil lost the World Cup. And I guess the owners couldn't take the pain, so they fucking shut down everything for the day. And look, I'm as Brazilian and like soccer as the next person. But I don't think Brazil losing was so catastrophic, disastrous, to the point you had to close your entire store. I wanted to see if they had fandangos. I wanted to see if they had the leader of Guarana. What the fuck? We couldn't even get bees. I especially wanted to look at the chips and get fandangos, because that is my most favorite chips in the entire world. And I can only find them in this specific store in this state. If I want to find fandangos elsewhere, I have to go to Brazil, because America barely sells these. I don't know why. And no, I'm not getting them from Amazon. They're like twice the price. So that sucked. But there was a restaurant here that had Brazilian stuff. So I took my boyfriend here. He's from Eastern Europe. He does not know shit about no feijoada or brigadeiros. He didn't know anything about that. And so I got feijoada. I don't know if that's a boring pick or what. He got some, what was on the menu? It was like frango a passarinho, which is basically Brazilian styled fried chicken. And it's really good. It's really good. I've had it multiple times. It's super good. Yeah, I didn't know what to pick, so I just picked the feijoada. And my only real complaint is that I don't think they put enough rice. It was a stew and then there was a little bit of rice. I think they should have given me more rice. But it was really good. Yeah, this was like the design. There were flags everywhere. Football was playing. We got to catch an American football game. And the thing is, I don't watch a lot of sports, so I don't know what American football is like. And we were kind of laughing our asses off, because it looks, from the perspective of two men who don't watch American football, it just kind of looks like a bunch of dudes tackling each other and running. And that's funny. That's funny to us. Okay? It was just a bunch of men like hugging and tackling each other to the ground. And we're like, dude, this is so gay. Why are American sports so fucking gay? Like, I don't know. Again, we don't know much about sports. We're not sports people. So all we see is a bunch of men in giant ass helmets tackling each other. Yeah. That was funny to watch. They did have guarana though. The restaurant served guarana, so we got that. I had a good time. For dessert, they had brigadeiros on there. And I was like, oh, okay. So I ordered it. And then they bring out this fucking plate. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because if you don't know, let me show you. Oh, now it wants a fucking show. Oh my god. Oh, finally. I'm gonna show y'all what brigadeiros looks like. That's frango passerino, right? This is what he ordered. It's just like fried chicken, but like how us Brazilians do it. And it's really fucking good. In fact, I wish I ordered some for myself. This, let me find it. Because apparently there's more than one type of feijoada. Like this. This is feijoada. Feijoada is mostly the stew, and then you usually serve it with rice. Right? That's feijoada. I'm gonna show you what brigadeiros look like. This is what they usually look like. They're these little chocolate balls in sprinkles and are usually served with a little wrapper, kind of like a cupcake. And they're tiny. They're very, very, very tiny. What we got served did not look like this. It didn't look like this. I don't know why it didn't look like that. Let me look around a bit more. Yeah, no, it wasn't like this. It was like... It was served on like a platter with powders and chocolate everywhere. And there were like 5 different flavors. One was covered in sprinkle. One was covered in chocolate powder. One was covered in coconut. The other was covered in fudge and like so on and so on. And it was laid out all fancy. And I was like, what the fuck is this? These ain't brigadeiros. You're supposed to just put them in the little wrapper and that's it. And I was like, what the fuck? Why are they laid out so fancy? But they tasted whatever. They were fine. I was just surprised at how like fancily laid out they were brought up to us. And they weren't just like in the wrapper. But yeah. Overall, and he made a comment that like, oh, this restaurant feels very cultural. And he has a point. Like, in Brazil, you go to a restaurant, it's not really gonna look like this. I remember there was this buffet I went to in Sao Paulo, and it didn't really have much decoration. It was just kind of white. And there was like a cafeteria thing on the side and a bunch of tables, and there were some tiles missing. Apparently, this is a very Brazilian thing to do. I didn't know. I thought this was just Americans don't do this kind of thing. But you get charged extra fees if you don't finish your food in some Brazilian buffets. So like you get like 2 plates, right? And you don't finish your second plate. They will charge you for the food that you didn't eat. And I thought this was just like, oh, this is a common world thing. Americans just don't do it because they want to waste food. But no, in Europe, like in some Western European countries and Eastern European countries, they don't do that either. I was like, interesting. Overall, I think my partner, he's so used to his like Slavic plain bread and pretzel bagels, because bagels are Polish. He's so used to like that when he actually had something filled with flavor, he didn't know what to say. So he told me, when I asked him like, oh, how's Brazilian food? He was just like, it's good. It's okay. I know he wants to say more, but deep inside, he doesn't know the words for something that's actually full of flavor for once in his life. He liked it. I'm so happy to know my partner enjoys Brazilian food. Next time, I actually gotta bring him to Brazil, though. Actually bring him here and have him try the food here. But the frango passarinho, he liked it. The guarana, he liked it. The brigadeiros, I don't consider them authentic. That's my badge. The brigadeiros they sold here were not authentic. Too fancy. But he liked them. So yeah. And we got some Brazilian chocolate. We found some Brazilian chocolate. And he really liked it. And I'm really happy. As far as the Polish stuff, weirdly enough, there were actually quite a lot of like Polish imported snacks in here. Like, for the most part, when we wanted something, we went to Asda. There was an Asda right next to our hotel. And there was this whole section of like global foods, and it was mostly like Eastern Europe, Balkan stuff. And we were surprised. Like, he didn't even have to bring anything. I think he brought like some chocolates. He brought some Polish chocolates, and they were really good. Very like bubbly. Right? But there were like 3 separate instances where we went into a store and they had a bunch of Polish stuff. So we just got that. We got this soda called what was it, like Orenzada? What was it called? So like, no, Polish sodas. Let me do the window capture thing again. Oh, fuck. Yeah. What was it? Orenzada. Yeah. Orenzada. Is it Zada or Jada? It didn't look like this specifically. Odin's full shrink. Yeah, it looked like this. It looked like this. It looked like this. He got me the one in the middle. Oran Jada, I think. Because there's the regular Z and then there's the Z with the little thing on top. I don't know if that's like a harsher Z, like a Z instead of a Z. I'm going to just pronounce it like that. Oran Jada. And it was really good. I loved it. What did I also get? I got Paluski. Swan Paluski. Or something like that. What was it? It was like this. I got the regular blue packaging. Mrs. Paluski is basically just like pretzels. Pretzel sticks. But they're also really good. There were a bunch of Polish stuff. And even he was surprised. This was really good. I liked it a lot. So I also got to have a bunch of like Polish stuff. And for the most part, it was really good. Not like Polish food, like full-on meals. I don't know if I like that. Because, like, what is Polish food? Like... a plate of dumplings with ham and onions. Ham, I like ham. I like ham. Ham is pretty good. The dumplings, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Polish dumplings. Rye soup. That doesn't look tasty. Rye soup in the center. That other soup, like in the back, that looks tasty. But this is not... I don't know. Okay, that looks... The bread... I like when they use bread bowls. Those are okay. What is... Jurek soup. I don't know if I'd eat this. Like some... a bit of this... Okay. Like, I don't know. Ultimate guide. Isn't that Borscht? Is that what it's pronounced? Borscht? That's Borscht. That's Russian. Unless there's like a Polish version of it, or like there's a way Polish people make it. How do you even get soup to be pink? How does that even work? You know. Is that just mashed potato? I don't know how to feel about Polish food. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I would at least be skeptical. Try everything. I would be so skeptical. That's Polish food, apparently. Try to compare that, man. Like, what do we have here? We have HEJ ALLA, of course. big classic. Pasarino, noodles. There's pastels. I love pastels. Yeah! Hell yeah. These are so good. Back in my old house, there was this restaurant that served pizza flavored pastels. And what it is, it's basically this big like crust with stuff inside. So it can either be chicken inside, it can be pork inside. The pizza flavor that I got, it was stuffed with cheese, ham, and tomato, or something like that. Best thing I'm so sorry, guys. Just screaming in the background. Yeah, no. The pastels I ordered, they were filled with like cheese, ham, and tomatoes. And it was the best shit I ever had in my life. Even to this day, like, I still try to make it at home sometimes. But it always comes out weird. Like, I was so fucking mad when I first arrived in, like, the Midwest, that there was nowhere to order pastels. Nowhere. That one import shop is, like, the only place. And it's, like, 2 hours away from my house. I was so mad that I tried to, like, make the crust dough myself and just make them at home. And I'm not very good at it, but at least it's something. I think most of the time I don't cook it enough. Like, I undercook it. Other times I think I make the dough too thick. But it's better than nothing. I've literally tried to make like homemade Brazilian food at home. Homemade, whatever, we're done. Just because like I'm so mad that I can't get the same stuff here. And I might be biased, but Brazilian food is just to go. You can't tell me this doesn't look good. Coxinhas. Yeah, coxinhas. To be fair, these are like too big for me. I've always found coxinhas to be like too big. I've always liked the idea of like mini coxinhas. Like ones you can eat in like 2 bites. I like that. Like, this is good. This is so good. Y'all don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's someone else, another person from Brazil watching here. One of your 3 people. But y'all just don't know. And I've been to like Sao Paulo multiple times as a child. And I can vividly remember some of the things. The food is amazing. I love it. I still have stuff to show. Then outside of the mall, there was like this big carnival thing happening. And this was one of the rides. Viva Mexico. As you can see, it really just like spun around and that was it. We did go on 2 rides though. I didn't take pictures of them though. With my boyfriend. So one of them was this like spinny ride, right? We got placed in like a cart, a little cup cart, right? And it would go like wavy. It would spin, go wavy, up and down while spinning. And there were workers like on it, on the spinning thing that would spin us harder. And it was super fast, and I loved it. But I was very scared of falling off because the seat belt was like barely secure. So I was horrified about falling off. And then we went on this other thing called the twister. And we got put in like a seat. And then the seat would go spinning while the thing connecting all the seats went spinning. And we got twisted around everywhere. It was super fun. And I wanted to go again, but my boyfriend didn't want to. I think it's because like I'm like bigger that I don't move too much, but he gets like spun around. Oh my god. He gets like thrown throughout the seat. And because I'm bigger, I'm heavier, I just kind of stay there. It was super fun. I really wish I could have gone on the twister just one more time. But he was like, hell no. Yeah. I showed this earlier. Me in my cute top that I bought. Well, my Melanie Martinez top. And before I show the next photo, my boyfriend has given explicit consent for me to like show pictures and stuff. But this is the only one I like personally. That's me in the pink hoodie. In the shirt that I bought. With my cute anime mask. And my little bow that I brought with me. And that's him. We absolutely look like that one couple. We look like that one meme. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, we look like this. We look. We absolutely look like this as like a couple. As a gay couple. Fucking hell. Y'all see the resemblance? And it's funny because I wear like black. No, I am. Like if you see my model, I'm very like what, goth. I wear my black fishnets and blood red tie. And then in real life, I just look like this. And I wear like pink. We're so fucking... I want that backpack in real life too. I want that backpack IRL as well. Speaking of my model though, what the hell? Oh, no. I plan to make a new model. Not like a revised version, just this, but in a different outfit. I'm going to have a new outfit model. Next time when I actually do return for real, I plan on debuting that new outfit to you guys. It's going to be a very silly outfit. It's going to be stupid. But I think y'all are going to have a nice laugh. But just letting you know. Like, I'm going to have more outfits than just this one. That's us. That's, yeah, me in the pink hoodie. Him in the snake shirt because he likes snakes. And this is us for real. Yeah. Where is... Okay. You know. Me and my gummy bear purse. Finally, I'm gonna show the things I brought with me. I have 2 pictures of things I brought with me. Here's everything I bought throughout my trip. So I'm gonna go through one by one. These are the Scotland souvenirs. I got myself a wristband. If you're wondering why it's purple, why did I get a purple wristband? It's just because, like, I really like wristbands. And I've been wanting to do this little challenge thing, personally, where I try to dress up in one color for a whole day for, like, 2 weeks. And the thing is, some colors I don't have. Like purple. I have nothing in purple. Blue. I barely have anything in blue. Yellow, orange. Nothing in yellow and orange. So I wanted to get something purple. And I got a purple wristband and some purple socks. I got a football, sorry. Don't want to be a disgrace to my ancestors. I got a football. Because I really want to go outside more lately. And football is like the only sport I enjoy doing. So why not get my own football? And it's Scotland branded. A little postcard. And some stupid sunglasses that I'm actually going to give away to a friend. Because I don't know why I fucking bought that. I'm going to see if I have any, like, friends that want the sunglasses. At the cat cafe, they actually sold merch of the cats that were in their cafe. And I got one of this little guy named Boo. Because he was adorable. And I actually bought one for my partner as well. One of the hairless cats, their name was Gaston. So I got a keychain of Gaston and I gave it to him. Because he loved the kitty so much. But I got this little guy named Boo. He was a fluffy gray cat. And he was such a sweetie pie. So I got a keychain of him. I got some anime stuff. The Remelia and Flander Scarlet Sandies I got at an anime store that was in the mall right next to the Damn It Society where I got the shirt. I still like Toho. I used to have a massive Toho phase, but I kind of got out of it. But I still like I still like Toho. And I particularly have had an interest in the Scarlet Twins recently. So I got standees of them. They were like £12 for both. There was quite a few physical media stores, which made me super happy. But nowhere sells cassettes. I don't know why. I saw like one store that sold cassettes. And I couldn't make it before I had to leave to go back home. But I got Kobayashi's Dragon Maid on DVD. The whole first season. Because it's a very cute anime and I like it. There's still a few animes I want to get on DVD, like Lucky Star. And I think I've told y'all this before. I have a Blu-ray of Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan that I'm trying to sell. Because I don't like Blu-ray, I like DVD. I got these CDs, just random CDs. Just trying to make sure like y'all can see properly. Yeah. So, Avril Lavigne, kind of a fan of her. She's cool. And Pink Pantheress, I've only recently got into with some of her, I think, like Girl Like Me is in Fancy More, I think. She has like 2 recent albums, Fancy That, and Fancy More. And Girl Like Me is on there, on one of those. But I looked through, and found the digipack, which I really like digipacks of her. I think her first CD, Heaven Knows, which has one of my favorite songs of hers, Mosquito, on it. And the thing with me is how I organize my CDs. I'm very weird about it. I have to organize it by jewel case, digipack. Jewel case, digipack. So if I get a jewel case, I need a digipack on top of it before I can get another jewel case. I can show you this later, but like that's a weird thing of mine. As for games, I got 2 games. I got Skate 3 for the PS3 because my boyfriend wanted me to give the Skate series a try. Because I've mostly been like a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater kind of dude for a while. So I wanted to try Skate. And it's okay. Like I'm still in the tutorial so far. And then a bit of a backstory. I originally got GTA 4 in the US, but the disc was scratched. The disc was scratched, so I couldn't even play it. So I was hoping I would find the copy in the UK, because that's the thing, like games aren't region locked. DVDs and stuff are region locked on the PS3, but games aren't. So I can get a game from Europe and then play it here in the US, and it won't be any problem. Thank God I did find GTA 4. And I played through like the first 2 missions just to see if the game worked. Thank God I have GTA 4. I'm sorry. So now my games are... Oh my God, no. For the PS3, I have Skate 3, GTA 4, and GTA 5. And then right in the middle here, you can see I got my very first vinyl. I'm trying to get into vinyls. I still don't know, and I'm trying to ask y'all. Why are vinyls cool? This is my first vinyl. It's Brat by Charlie XCX. Why do y'all find vinyls cool? They're big. They're bulky. You gotta spend like a ton of money just to play it. Because I see like a lot of standard vinyl players are like $100, $200. In store, at a bookstore, I saw a vinyl player being sold for like $200. The cheaper ones are like $50. But to sell $50 just to play this thing. It's technically portable because like there's the suitcase vinyls. There's the suitcase vinyl players. But even then, those are still like big. You can't just play vinyls on the go like you can with cassettes or CDs. And again, they're big and bulky. And they're more expensive. So it's like, why? Why, as a physical media lover, should I love vinyl? I'm still thinking of it. And I'm saving up for a vinyl player. But yeah, this thing, it's big. It's my first vinyl player. And then I got this cute little plushie, of course. Now for what the food I brought. I brought a bunch of food with me back. Two of these are Polish. I got the paluski. And I got this thing that my boyfriend taught me how to pronounce, but I still don't know how to pronounce it. It's like, I think the GR is kind of silent-ish. Jeski. That's how I kept saying Gzeski or Grezeski. But he was like, it's kind of just like Jeski. I'm gonna just call it Zeski. Urze Shove. What does that thing say? Każdy ma swoje. I don't know Polish, okay? I'm very bad with this. Paluski. And we got some Milka from Poland, even though I think this is Swiss. Like, Milka is a Swiss brand. I gotta bring some Cadbury. I gotta bring some Cadbury home. Because while, like, we saw this American store in Glasgow that sold, like, Hershey's and Sour Patch Kids and all that. In America, Cadbury is not allowed to be sold. You legally cannot sell Cadbury in the US. But you can sell Hershey in the UK. That's just bullshit gatekeeping. So I brought some Cadbury home with me. So I can have some actual chocolate for once and not this rubbery shit Americans sell. I got Kinder Surprise because in the US, these specific eggs with the toys inside are banned because of choking hazard, right? So I was happy to find Kinder Surprise in the UK that actually has the toys in them. Because in America, you're not allowed to put toys inside food. That's like a choking hazard. So the eggs in America, instead of having toys, they just have more chocolate. How American is that? Same thing as with these, like, these Easter eggs. I forgot their name right now. But in Brazil, we have these giant chocolate eggs. And they tend to have toys inside them. I remember as a kid, I got, like, some My Little Pony figures inside of these eggs. Like the sparkly minifigures. I specifically had one of Twilight, which I loved. But in America, those are illegal. Because the toy, even though it's a giant egg with a tiny little toy inside, they consider it a choking hazard. So, the eggs that are imported to America, they just have more chocolate in them. Why am I going to eat this gigantic ass egg just to eat more chocolate? It's stupid. I want a toy. So I brought these with me. Because in America, we don't have this. I got some tea. Obviously, you're going to the UK. You got to get some tea. Yorkshire tea. I got these random cables. Flavor cables by Asda. Because I just haven't seen these before. We have, like, Twizzlers in the US, but they usually don't have filling inside. These are, like, untwisted Twizzlers with filling inside. And I just found them, like, random, so I got them. And finally, of course, we got Walkers. Which is what they're called in the UK specifically. In other parts of Europe and in the US, they're called Lays. Over here, they're in the UK, they're called Walkers. Salt and vinegar, ready salted. I like those. Cheese and onion is, it's okay. Funny thing is, since I got back, it's been like a few days, right, since I got back. The Baluski, the Milka, the Kinder Surprise, and the Flavor Cables have all been eaten. I ate all of that. And I ate some of the chips in here already. The Cadbury, I actually want to save it. The cheese and onion and the Cadbury, I'm actually going to save those to give to some friends, to share with my friends. This is my current physical media collection. As of today, as of me coming here. And you can see I took this just before I started streaming. So for DVDs, I have Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2. I have Kobayashi Dragon Maid, and I have Happy Tree Friends First Blood. The Happy Tree Friends DVD is actually the Japanese version. So 2 out of my free DVDs are region 2. Meaning I can only play them on my PC. I can't play them on my PS3. Unless I jailbreak, I think. I gotta jailbreak my PS3, actually. I gotta work on that. For PS3 games, I have Skate 3, GTA 4, and GTA 5. In terms of PS1 games, because I have a PS1, I have one game here. It's the only one that actually has the full cover and everything, which is the original GTA. I have 2 other games. I have Clock Tower, and I have Resident Evil Director's Cut. But those only came in the disc. They don't have like their original cover. So I tried to print them out, but they came out weird. And then everything else you see here, these are CDs. This first one without the name is Proxoxy. And then you see all the names here. Personal Protocol by 8045. I have all of Eurovision 2025. I have Femme Fatale by Britney Spears. Funny story is, I found this Britney Spears album randomly in a punk store. It's like in a store that sells punk rock, metal, dark wave, death rock. I just randomly found Britney Spears. And it was in a bargain bin for $1. So I got it. Dot Curve, Pink Pantheress, Avril Lavigne, the new ones I just got. I have Hades by Melanie Martinez, which I'll talk about another time, like my opinion on like her music and her and shit like that, and Hades. I have Evanescence, the original soundtrack to Euphoria, which is a visual novel. Don't look it up, discretion advised. The original soundtrack to Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, which I pre-ordered. K-12 by Melanie Martinez. And my most recent CD is Den Guri Gaeshi by Pepoyo, which is a Vocaloid producer. So I have my first ever Vocaloid CD. And then I got this big cassette, my Gore Shit cassette, which is a breakcore artist. Right now, my thing is cassettes. I want to be collecting cassettes and stuff like that. And yeah, those are all my pictures that I have to show. Internet. Let me bring my model back. There we go. These window stuff. That's about everything for my trip and how everything went. I had a super fun time. This was technically my first ever trip to Europe. And I liked it. I won't forget the last thing a Scottish person told me before I got in the airport. It was the Scottish cab driver. And we were just talking about, how everything's been, all that. And I mentioned something about the English. Oh, did I mention something about the English? Because he told me, and I'll never forget this, we only have one word for the English here in Scotland. Assholes. And at that point, I just kind of left it off. Haha, yeah. Haha, the English, am I right? But then I got to the airport, and I was sitting in the terminal, in the terminal, waiting to board. And there was, so for context, I was sitting right behind the store, right? For you to grab something. And I had my luggage, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk away for a second just to look at what's in the store, and I'll be right back. And I got a sandwich and some lemonade in the store, and I came back. I left my luggage there for 2 minutes, and I come back. Everything's fine. And there was this English man that was sitting near me. I remember when I left to look at the store, he turned back and he just stared at me with this stare. And then I come back and he was like, "Oi, are you fucking stupid?" And I was like, "What? You stupid, just leaving to look at the thing and to look at the store." And I was like, dude, I was gone for a minute. And I was looking at my luggage the whole time. And it was like, "Oh, you American in it. I bet you American. You Americans just think you can do whatever you want." He said it in a very British accent, obviously. I don't know how to replicate it. But he was like, "Oh, you Americans. I bet you're American. You Americans are so stupid and think you can just do whatever you want in life and get away with it." This dude crashing out at me just because I left my luggage for a minute to go look at something. I wanted to say some shit right then and there, but I didn't say anything. Because this guy is a stranger, and I'm not going to pick a fight with a stranger. This stranger is picking a fight with a random child. A random 18-year-old little boy. Okay? So I was quiet. I just didn't say anything. I had my iPod with me. And I turned my music all the way the fuck up. And he grunted. He was like, "Ugh. Fucking Americans. And their loud music." And I pissed him off with my loud music so much he just walked away. Fucking asshole. This old British man decided to pick a fight with a fucking kid over leaving my luggage for a minute. And then I get word from my boyfriend when he was in his terminal waiting to board. He saw another Englishman. It was another old British guy in his terminal that he saw. He was thinking at his phone, and the British guy was taking pictures of him and sending those pictures to a group chat. And my boyfriend was like, "Yeah, this guy's taking pictures of me and he's calling me smelly to his friends in the Discord group chat. He's taking pictures of me and calling me smelly. What the fuck is wrong with English people? Why are British people so mean? Especially old British men. Why are old British men so fucking rude? What the fuck?" 2 horrible encounters. And I just thought about what that cab driver said. And I was like, holy shit. That was foreshadowing. It's like he knew. It's like he fucking knew. And the airport ride was awful. It was awful. I had to sleep. I think like I had to take a flight from Glasgow to London. And then to London, I had to sleep in the airport for 10 hours before we could board. And that was, I think, from London to Chicago. And then from Chicago, I went back home. But oh my god. I gotta show you this. This was me having to sleep in the airport. Oh shit. Oh wait, no, my yeah. This was me having to sleep in the fucking airport. For 10 hours on the floor. Dude, it was torture. This sucked so hard. I hated it. Oh my god. Worst. It's always, you always remember the time you spend. But the worst part about traveling is actually making it to the location and then having to make it back. Especially if you're traveling far. Like, I can only fucking imagine what it's gonna be like one day when I'm able to visit Japan. I want to see Japan so bad. Especially like Shinjuku, Akihabara. I want to go there so bad. But I can just imagine the plane ride to Tokyo is gonna be fucking hell. Like 10, 11, 12, 13 hours to go and then back. That's gonna be fucking hell when it happens. Man, you never think about how you're actually gonna make it there. And it's fucking hell. But that was my experience in Scotland. Spending the time in Glasgow and then having to come back home from Glasgow. I had a very good time. But when I came back, I felt awful because I had barely anything to eat. I ate that one sandwich. And then when I was in London for 10 hours, I ate nothing. And then on the flight to Chicago, they gave us I think they gave us chicken tikka masala. And it was just, it was okay. The rice was okay. The chicken was, yeah. I didn't really eat much of it. I mostly lasted off the dessert and the bread they gave us. And then I started coughing and sneezing a lot on the way back home. And I got a headache. And then my tummy hurt. Probably from the chicken tikka masala. And so when I first got back, I stayed in bed for 3 days. As of this live stream, this is the second time this is the third time I actually get up from my bed to do something. But I feel a lot better now, so don't worry about me. That's been my checkup. I still want to remind you guys that my hiatus is not over. And if anything, I'm probably gonna be gone for even longer. Cause I still wanna like make sure I'm fine and all that. But I'm glad to see everyone. I'm glad to be able to talk to you guys. Just have someone to speak with, I guess. So with that being said, bye. I am gonna go rest up some more. Actually eat something because I need to eat. Make sure you eat as well, chat. My fan bats need to stay hydrated and healthy. So please eat something, drink some water. I'm gonna go eat something. I'm gonna go drink some water. And just be chill. Bye everyone.
You look so sad, you look so cool. I think that looking like friends could be profitable. Don't make you look so bad, this is just what we do. Cause I feel closer to God when I look closer to you. You look so sad, you look so cool. I think that looking like friends could be profitable. Don't make you look so bad, this is just what we do. Cause I feel closer to God when I look closer to you.
You beat me to the punch. Can you meet me where I'm at? I get the crowd up on their feet. You put them right down on their back. I listen to your latest track. I wish that it was mine instead. Sometimes I wish you'd listen back. Sometimes I wish that you were dead.
Okay. You look so sad, you look so cool. I think that looking like friends could be profitable. Don't make you look so bad, this is just what we do. Cause I feel closer to God when I look closer to you. Okay. I feel so sad that you look so cool. I think that feeling like friends could be profitable. Don't make you feel so bad, this is just what we do. Cause I look closer to God when I feel closer to you. I got this sick obsession with attention. It's expensive as hell. The secret weapon to impress